What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Marlon, and today we're back at it again with another video. And today we're going to be talking about a shoe that I've been wanting to get for a very long time. I've talked about them a lot. I've been trying to get my hands on them, and I finally got my hands on them. It's a pair of Kobe's. Right here we got the Kobe 8 Venice Beaches. Let's get into the video and see why everybody likes this shoe so much. Are they really a goated shoe? I don't know. We'll see. So, like I said, this right here, what we have today, is the Kobe 8 Venice Beach colorway. It came out in a pack with two other Kobe's on Kobe Day earlier in the year, and it released for $180. From my knowledge, it was only sold on the sneakers app. I was able to snag it, so I had to go ahead and get these. But yeah, you can't get this colorway anymore, but it seems like there's a ton of Kobe's coming out this year. So many that I actually went into Foot Locker a few days ago and I actually saw a few of them sitting on shelves. So if you didn't get this colorway, that's totally fine. If you didn't get any other ones, there's a lot more coming out this year. 2024 makes sense, the year of the Kobe. So 24 is his number, so totally makes a lot of sense. So there's going to be a ton of colorways coming out, some still being announced. So if you didn't get this colorway, there's a bunch you can still get, and seems like they're relatively easy to cop. So if you do go in the store, you could just walk in and try these on. So totally not like a few years ago with Kobe. So definitely, if you do like this one, you definitely can pick this one up. But yeah, for $180, you do get a really good shoe. I really like it. I see why people like Kobe's, but I did have like a downside of the shoe. But for the most part, you do get a lot with the shoe, and it is a very nice shoe. So starting off at the bottom of the shoe, the outsole of the shoe, you have a translucent outsole. It's this kind of smoky gray translucent outsole, and it has two traction patterns on it. Like going down the middle right here, as you can see, and off to the siding of the shoe, you see the little snake print, and then you've got like a regular wavy traction pattern on the rest of the shoe. So this traction pattern is pretty good. I really like it, to be completely honest with you. I see why people like it a lot. It does stop on the drop of a dime. I was concerned with it being a translucent outsole that it could pick up a lot of dust, but I did not pick up a lot of dust on this shoe. As you can see, I've been hooping in it all summer. Had to take a break on it for a little bit, but I'll explain why later. But the traction pattern was A1 on this shoe. I never had problems slipping and sliding in this shoe, unless the courts were super dusty, but it didn't really pick up a lot of dust when I was playing in them. So I really like this traction pattern. I really like the grippiness of this outsole. It was nice. I really like it. I hope they keep this type of traction pattern on a lot of different Nikes, but for right now, this traction pattern was A1. It was really good. If there is one thing that the Kobe's are known for, is the midsole, and in particular, they're known for the drop-in midsole. So the shoe comes with a midsole that you can take out the shoe. You can use it if you want to, or you can swap it out for a different midsole. It's not glued down to the actual shoe like most shoes are. So essentially, you just got the whole body of the shoe right here, and this keeps it all sturdy. It's made of Nike React, which is nice, but it's still bouncy, which is great, especially for a guard like me. But I got a few issues with it though. The first, the midsole is all rubber. Since rubber and cotton don't mix, if you have cotton socks on, which most people wear, when you put it on, when you're putting your foot in the shoe and actually putting your foot on the footbed, your sock gets stuck on the rubber and it just like pulls. So it feels like you're about to like break through your sock when you're putting the shoe on, which is weird. I personally don't like it. It takes probably like a few minutes to like get my foot in this shoe, which is not what you want to do when you're playing basketball, right? You're trying to get in your shoe and get ready to go real fast, but it's sometimes difficult to get your foot in the shoe. Once you get it in, it's great. It keeps you snug. Your foot does not move because the cotton just sits there right on top of the shoe, and you're like this the whole time. You don't move a lot. It's great to see that, but when you're trying to get your foot in the shoe, it is very difficult. Sometimes you're gonna have to pull your foot out of the shoe, fix your shoe, open up the shoe a little bit more, and like put your foot in just right for it to work. So it is kind of difficult, and it is scary, especially with your sock. It feels like you're gonna rip straight through your sock. I personally don't like that. Socks nowadays are like, especially performance socks, are like $15, sometimes $30. You don't want to always be ripping through those socks because they're pretty thick. But if you rip through it, you got to go get a new pair, and that's not fun. So that's the one thing that I'm worried about with this is the long-term use, is that it was a good chance you could rip through some socks. Another problem that I have with the midsole of this shoe, although it's great, it has that bounce to it that I like, and you have a ton of court feel. Not everybody likes that. So if you're not used to that much court feel and you don't want to like get in the shoe and feel like the whole court all the time, there's not a lot of like cushion and impact protection that's going to keep you from feeling that court and probably hurting yourself sometimes. So if you're a bouncy player, if you go for a lot of rebounds, particularly like a bigger man or somebody who's just a high flyer, if you're wearing these shoes and you're jumping a lot, you're gonna start feeling it in your feet, and eventually it's gonna hurt. I'm not a doctor or anything, but the impact will start hurting if you keep bouncing around in these shoes. So I would beware as a big man, as a big player. If you're going to be jumping around a lot, you may not want these shoes. See why some players get injured quite a bit, particularly wearing Kobe's. Particularly like the bigger players in the NBA, the WNBA. Like for instance, maybe like Anthony Davis. I knew when he first started playing for the Lakers, he wore a lot of Kobe's, and he would always having leg injuries. So I'm not gonna say it's because of the shoe or the midsole or anything, probably because of conditioning. But at the same time, if you're not used to that much court feel and you are jumping a lot, it is going to start taking a wear on your feet. I know personally for me, with the shoe being super low, which I love, and having so much court feel, and the ankle support being so low, I did end up injuring my ankle one time, coming straight down. I guess the impact hurt my ankle, and I was out hooping for it. I couldn't hoop for a couple of weeks actually, so that wasn't fun. I had to put my foot in the boot and everything, so that wasn't great, but I ended up being okay. It wasn't anything serious. I think I just aggravated my ankle. So but that is something that you want to be aware of if you are hooping in this shoe. You don't wanna if you're a bigger player, you may not want to wear these shoes. But if you are a shorter player, if you're a small nimble guard, you're gonna love this setup. I personally love it when I'm not jumping around. If I'm low to the ground and I'm just taking shots or doing layups and stuff, shoe is perfect. I love the setup. Really good court feel. So very low to the ground. So if you like that, that's all you. But if you're, like I said, if you're a bigger player, it is very weird, and you're gonna have to either get used to it or swap to a different shoe that has a little more impact protection. You want a shoe that kind of like a Kobe. I would say maybe go to a Sabrina 2 or a LeBron or one of the Way of Wades or the Jaws or anything that have some more impact protection in the shoe to keep bigger players from getting hurt, and you can still have the low cut and low cut support from a low cut shoe. So moving on to the upper of the shoe. So as you can see, we got multiple meshes all around the shoe. The shoe's completely mesh on the top with some plastics all around it, some hard rubbers on the back. Very colorful upper. The one thing that I really like about it is this outrigger of the shoe. It gives you it's an extremely elongated outrigger, so it gives you some base so that way you don't roll your ankle with the shoe this low. It gives you some more support as you're running in the shoe. You got the flat tongue right here, so you got a lot of different materials on here, very good materials. The mesh around the shoe is very breathable. Even on the inside, you can kind of see somewhat into the shoe a little bit, so it is breathable. I didn't have a lot of sweaty feet or anything going on in this shoe. I like it a lot. It's a good setup. I like the color. The colors all go really well together. The one thing that I was super concerned about was actually the shoelaces. They were flat shoelaces. They tend to not really tie super well and keep you locked in. But what I noticed with this shoe, I haven't had any problems with it. When I'm hooping in this shoe, I don't really have any problems with, after I'm done tying it up the first time, I don't have to untie it or tighten it up and loosen the shoe up. It usually stays perfectly fine the whole entire time. Really like that about this shoe, so that's great. Like I said, so you're always locked in the shoe. There's always that there. It seems like they did really well with making sure that you're going to be locked into the shoe no matter what. So when these first came out, Kobe really knew what he was thinking. With the outrigger, you got the plastic in the back that cage you in a little bit as well, and these laces work well. And including with that midsole, that rubber midsole, I never really had like my foot flopping around in my shoe at all. I will say though that with all this material and everything on it, it is great, but the design of the shoe is made for a slimmer foot. So if you have a slim foot, you're perfectly fine. Go true to size. Like I always say, always go true to size. But if you do have a wider foot or maybe a fatter foot, it might be a little harder to wear these shoes. So I would be aware of buying these shoes. At least try them on in store if you can. Definitely try them on, and yeah, maybe go up half a size if you have to, but I would definitely try them on in store before you can. Design wise, I really like this shoe. I like this shoe a lot. Y'all know me, I really like the crazy colored shoes, so this right here was right up my alley, so I definitely had to try to go get them. And yeah, I really like the inspiration behind it. So this, like I said, these are the Venice Beach shoes, so it is inspired by the Venice Beach courts that are in LA. So if you've ever been there or if you heard about them, it's right there. So it's right on Venice Beach, and you can see all these pretty colors and everywhere. So that's kind of what they were going with this shoe, to commemorate Kobe being in LA, and then the Venice Beach as well. So the Venice Beach porches as well. So that's really cool. And of course, this is a Protro, so it is a retro. So this shoe did originally come out years ago, but they retroed it. But Kobe coined the term Protro, a retro, but you add something to it to make it better than before. So they added the React foam in here, which basically made it a Protro. I guess to some people may have cared about the whole cushion setup versus this React setup, so I get it, but that was what they're saying. That's kind of how they moved it and made it a Protro. But like I said, design wise, I really like it with all the different colors all around it, and the 3M on the design of the swoosh on the front and on the back is really awesome. So I love it. Tells a great story, tells an amazing story. So we love to see that. We love to see that in this shoe, and I hope they keep making shoes like this, especially with Nike. You definitely know they'll probably drop some more colors that are commemorative colors like this. So hopefully they keep it going and make it easy for us to get. I recommend this shoe to anybody who, of course, is a guard or somebody who likes low cut shoes, and you're a pretty shifty player. Definitely would go for this shoe. I don't recommend this shoe to anybody who does do a lot of bouncing. If you are a bouncy player, I would beware, maybe try them on. But like I said, I had some problems with them when I was jumping up and down, and I hurt my ankle. So could have been just me coming down wrong, could have just been me. So but some people, you might want to try it out just to be safe. But yeah, and of course, if you're a Kobe fan, you definitely want to get this shoe. Who isn't a Kobe fan, right? So definitely pick up this shoe if you can, or a colorway of this shoe. Like I said, there's going to be a ton of them coming out this year. Still a lot more to come out. I've been seeing rumors of a few more colorways coming out. So I would definitely be on the lookout if you like Kobe's. If you've always wanted a pair of Kobe's and you couldn't get them for some reason, kind of like me, definitely go for them now. You got a chance now to get the shoe. Definitely go for them. Alright, y'all, thanks for watching my video. Let me know how y'all feel about it in the comment section down below. Hit that like button as well, and yeah, go ahead and hit that little notification bell down below as well, so if you want to see more of my content, you'll get notified for it. So yeah, and yeah, let me know in the comment section down below how y'all feel about this shoe, how y'all feel about the Kobe's and all the Kobe's that are coming out this year. I really like them a ton. Finally got my hands on a pair, finally. and it seems like a lot of people are starting to get their hands on them. So that's really great to see that we can finally start getting this shoe again. And yeah, if you like this shoe, let me know in the comment section down below. If there's another shoe you guys want to see, let me know in the comment section down below too. But until then, peace.